It's always a pleasure to get a nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I just wish my daughters thought the same about my singing. Yeah?
It's fantastic to be here with you today in May Day in Adelaide. I want to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the lands we're gathering on today, the Kaurna people. Pay all my respects to the elders past and present, including Uncle Mookie. It always was and it always will be Aboriginal land. I also want to thank Rob and also Khadija for their words today, and I want to add the voice of the whole of the Australian trade union movement to the call that we just heard from Khadija. The Australian Council of Trade Unions, every union in this country, has backed in and heeded the call of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people to support two simple things, two really clear and simple things. Firstly, to be recognised in our Constitution. After 65,000 years of continuous cultural connection to this land, to have our 122-year-old Constitution acknowledge that. Not a big ask, too long in waiting for it. And the second thing is also a simple thing, a fair thing, a basic thing, to say that when decisions are being made about First Nations people, that they get asked what they think, that they have a voice about the things that have been decided that will impact on them and their lives. Don't be fooled by the people who try and make this confusing. Don't believe those politicians that have shamefully said they are opposed to this. Because what we know as unionists is that this is about justice. It's about righting a wrong. It's about fairness. It's about remembering our long and important history. Because Australian unions have not always been good in relation to racism. We've got to acknowledge that. Don't shy away from our part of the past. But we also should proudly remember what we've done to stand in solidarity with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people in some of the biggest and most important struggles of working people and unions in this country. The Pilbara strike went for 3 years in the 40s. The Gurindji people at the Wakefield walk-off, 3 years in 1966. Two of the most important industrial struggles, political struggles, struggles for recognition, equality and land rights that have ever happened. And Australian unions stood shoulder to shoulder with those Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who were simply saying, treat us fairly. Don't give us half the wages of white fellas. Don't restrict where we go, who we can love, what we do. Don't tell us that it's not our land. So that's what we're building on in supporting the Yes campaign. We are building on that story and our important role in winning change. And we've got that job to do this year. So I'm so proud to be able to say that as unionists, we are going to put our shoulder to this wheel, because it won't be won here. It'll be won every single day in workplaces, at homes, in pubs, in schools, on the streets. That's where we're going to win it. And that's what we know how to do. Comrades, I want to end with reminding us once again why we're here. In 1886 in Chicago, there was a May Day march. A bomb went off and workers were killed. The police came in and killed and injured more workers. People were persecuted after it. And you know what they were fighting for? They were fighting for an 8-hour day. And it was 30 years after, in Australia in 1856, that stonemasons walked off the job. Construction workers walked off the job in Melbourne to win the very first 8-hour day in the world. That's our proud history. That is our proud history. That's what we remember. But we also remember that you can't give up, because too many workers don't even know what that means. 8-hour work, 8-hour recreation, 8 hours of rest. Too many workers don't live that, don't have the opportunity to have that. So this is a fight that we have to keep fighting for and will never give up on, because we're more than work. We should be treated well and have dignity and respect at work and safe work, but we should have a life as well. We have time with our families, time to live the life that we deserve. So thank you for having me here today. I can't wait to be part of the ongoing fight to win the Yes campaign. I want to say that a brief moment of just acknowledging one important person and paying my respects to Michele Hogan, who I know many of you knew and loved, who we lost this year. And I also want to say that solidarity is our strongest weapon. Never forget it. We stand together, we stick together, we struggle for change, and we win it. Solidarity to you all, and happy May Day.
I'm Dominic Muggovan, and I work for Professionals Australia, the Union for Scientists and Engineers and Pharmacists. I'm voting yes because as unions we know how important consultation is with people who are affected by decisions. In enterprise agreements, in workplaces all over the place, unions fight for strong consultation clauses, and our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander brothers and sisters are asked to be consulted on decisions that affect them, and that makes so much sense to me. I think it's not too much to ask, and I think Australians should say yes to that.
Okay. Hi, my name's Anne Clark, and I'm with the Australian Education Union SA branch. And I'm going to answer why I'm proud to be in the union. I'm proud to be in the union because I'm proud to be part of the people that are fighting to make the working lives of teachers and educators in South Australia better. But not only that, because every time we make improvements for our educators, we make improvements for our students. And being public education, that means we're making improvements for the most disempowered, disenfranchised kids in the state. And that's a really important thing to do.
500 men sacked for refusing to ever cross a picket line. Voices down the ages warning, never cross a picket line. You must never cross a picket line.
Howdy, my name's Max Morby from the CEPU SA, the Communications, Electrical and Plumbing Union of South Australia. I'm proud to be union. I love standing shoulder to shoulder with my workmates and fighting for better wages and conditions. It's the only way working people ever get ahead, by fighting for rises in wages and better conditions. And I'm proud to be union. I'm voting yes for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people to have recognition in the Constitution, because I believe it's the right thing to do and it's time that they had a voice.
My name's Kate Abrams, and I'm a proud union member. I'm a member of the ASU, And I'm a true believer. I reckon everyone should be a member of a union, because the only power we have as the working people is the power to withdraw our labour. And we can do that as a collective if we stand together. And that is where our union power comes from. So that's that one. And I love May Day because it gives us a chance to hang out with all the other union members. It's Union Christmas in my view. And I just love the feeling of collegiality, the comradiness, and that's why I love May Day. So thank you very much.
Brand new Britain, never cross a picket line.
My name is Paul Petit, and I'm a retired member of the Australian Education Union. And for me, May Day is a really important day because it brings together workers in their unions, not just in the unions, but beyond that, and also people from the left together to raise important issues for the day, to place demands on government to do something about the issues confronting workers and unions, and to get together and celebrate workers' struggle over the centuries and more. It's a really important day for those reasons. So I'm always happy to be at May Day, get to see people I know and the unions flying their banners.
Hi, my name's Scott Cowan. I'm the Assistant Secretary of the ASU in South Australia and Northern Territory. I'm proud to support the Yes campaign and the referendum later in the year. I think supporting a First Nations voice to Parliament is really an extension of the work that we do every day as a union. It's about giving the voice to the voiceless. It's about creating fairer, more productive workplaces. And I just see this as going to be really great for our Parliament and something that will create better laws at the end of it. So if you support unionism, if you support workers' rights and giving a voice to people who need it, then you should be supporting a voice to our First Nations people as well, to our Parliament, and vote yes later in the year.
Oh. Look west to old Vancouver, where the dockers have organised the world's longest picket line. For the dockers have realised you must never cross a picket line.
Testing. By fluke, I joined my union on May Day. I'd been to a fundraiser the night before where a Liberal Party minister was sitting with a bunch of business leaders, and they were complaining to him about the level of wages that they needed to pay their workers. And the minister said, yes, you're right, the Chinese businesses and the businesses around the world who can pay their workers $1 a day are lucky. And he said to these business leaders sitting around the table, we know that work choices is dead, but don't worry, we'll deliver you your low-wage economy. I joined my union the next day, and we've seen the damage that delivery of a low-wage economy has done to our people in Australia, to workers, and to the fabric of our society. And so I'm a union member so that we can make sure every worker has a secure job with good pay and good conditions and gets home from work safely.
G'day, I'm Dr. Sam Whiting, and I'm a proud member of the National Tertiary Education Union. And I'm marching here on this beautiful May Day in support of the Yes campaign. I'm voting yes because I think it's an important democratic reform. It's incredibly important that we recognise the First Nations history of this country by acknowledging that contribution and that community in our constitution. And also, it's incredibly important that we have a voice to Parliament so that First Nations people can have a say in the policies that govern them. I'm proud to be union because the union movement has fought for our rights over generations. My parents were both union members, and I think the union movement is what has made Australia a great place to live. It's given us an incredibly good quality of life and made sure that the wealth of this country is shared evenly. So I'm proud to be union because of all of those reasons and many, many more.
Freedom is merely
Hi everybody, my name's Philip Saunders. I am the CEO of Tandanya, which is the National Cultural Institute of Australia, located in Grenfell Street. I was born in Berrin on Boonditch Nation country. I was born into the movement. My mother was an activist, a grassroots campaigner in our community for the rights of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. I have always been active in different areas of I guess, movements, and I'm a big believer of sort of, you know, the rights of the human rights and working conditions of all people. This is a great day in Australia, in the state. It's great to be here with all the comrades from across the union movement, but also too, it's great to be meet again Michele O'Neil and Dale. And speak with Khadija Thomas as well about the Yes campaign. It's great to see our brothers and sisters from all walks of life standing shoulder to shoulder with the First Nations people on this important occasion. And I'm excited about that, to have all these other mobs coming together, talking about the Yes campaign, getting involved in campaigning, getting involved in activism for to make Australia a better country. I think it's an important time in our life, and I'm happy that everybody else is part of it. It's a unifying moment.
Hi, I'm Tanya Van Driel, and I'm with the PSA, but no longer a public servant. And what's really important to me for the Yes campaign is it's about time that Australians recognise that First Nations people existed when the colonialists landed in Australia. It's about time that we say yes, acknowledge First Nations people in Australia's constitution. If we don't, I think there'll be an international strike where people won't land in Australia and come here as tourists. Our true colours will show. From little things, big things grow. Vote yes.
I'm Billy Fay, and I'm a member of the Australian Services Union. To me, May Day is about taking pride not only in standing up for my own right to work and those of my colleagues and comrades, but also for the rights of workers all around the world, and acknowledging that our struggle is local, national and international.
I'm Sarah Peters, and I'm from United Workers Union. I'm voting yes because it's the only way that we can have true justice for all Indigenous people in Australia.
My name's Ashton Charvetto, and I'm a proud member of both the Australian Services Union and the United Workers Union. I'm proud to be a member of the union movement because I like to see society change for the better, and I want to see workers' rights advance.
I'm Michele Appleton. I'm an organiser with the Australian Education Union, and I'm a proud Wiradjuri woman. I'm voting yes because I want to make sure that what I leave behind for my grandchildren is a voice, and being able to make sure that our kids have a right to be able to speak up, be heard and be part of their future, and to make the decisions that will guide them in their future.
Cage Story Burns. I'm a member of the ASU and UWU. Being a union member means being part of a collective that comes together to improve the lives of ordinary working people in the workplace and across Australia. And that's a movement that I'm proud to be part of, because it means that ordinary working people get a step up. We have Medicare because of ordinary working people. We have an 8-hour workday because of ordinary working people. And that's why I'm proud to be union.
We should be voting yes because this has taken too long. It's a simple ask from Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. Two simple things. They want to be able to be recognised in our constitution and to have 65,000 years of continuous cultural connection to our land, and a constitution that's only 122 years old and not be recognised in it is something that's taken way too long to do. So yes, we want to support recognition of First Nations people, but we also support the voice. And the voice is also a simple ask from First Nations people. It's an ask to say that when there's going to be decisions made that are going to impact them, affect them and their families, then they want to have a say. They want to be consulted. They want to have their voice heard. It's such a basic thing and something that will make a difference in making better decisions to improve outcomes and lives. So the Australian Union movement is completely committed to support the Yes campaign. We've got our shoulder to this wheel. In workplaces, in homes, in streets all over the country, unionists are talking to people about why we have to vote yes in the referendum.